I braced myself for some serious, I don't know if crack is the right word to use, but yeah, it kind of is because Dice is known for a play style that straddles the border very tightly between innovative, pushing the metagame forward, you know, thinking outside the box, all that stuff, and then on the other hand, just stuff that's plain stupid. It's sometimes tough to tell which is which, too, uh, at first glance, anyway. Now, Solwyn has historically been associated more with the standard style of team, all reliable, the consistent kind, the kind that's so good, so dependable that it doesn't matter if you know it's coming, you're not going to beat it anyway, especially in the hands of a player of Solwyn's caliber. However, in more recent years, he has developed a more offbeat streak, a more errant streak. Vai Sassanur Mesno Cities a weatherless stall team with the only method of status hazard control being Zatu and the Clefable Blicity combination. That was interesting. And now he is bringing, I guess it is Drag Mag, but it's only got the two dragons, and Drag Mag is traditionally running three, so I guess it's more just Magnezone offense. But that Jirachi is seriously bulked out because standard specially defensive max HP Jirachi is getting 2 KO'd by Banded Kyurem Black Outrage. And that seems to me like it has some physical defense, or quite a hefty chunk of physical defense even. So what's going on? Asks Marvin Gaye. And it's a question that is always relevant to our times. So in comes Excadrill, mold breaking to get up rocks in the face of any Zatus, not running lefties. So presumably Sash. In comes Hippo. You're not going to be able to. Well, if you sacrifice the Excadrill, then yes, you will keep rocks off temporarily. But what do you follow it up with? Because this very, I guess he's just going to keep hammering and hammering with the Banded Cure Black since Jirachi is now into a KO range, and he gets it in before rocks go up. That's big, especially now that Sand's timer is ticking. Yeah, so the win condition on Solwyn's side, I mean, for Dice's team, it's more Clefable. Wow, that does a lot. Goodness gracious. So yeah, now he's gonna hope that the confusion gods are with him. Skarmory's Rocky Helmet will do some work. But the thing is, you don't want to. I mean, if you're wearing down Kyurem Black, you're getting something for it. But the win condition for Soulwind is Scizor, of course. Oh, he stays in and confused. And instead of doubles to Jirachi, trying to beat Magnezone one on one, I guess Jirachi would beat standard Magnezone one on one. So that was a good move. But he's just staying in, and he gets the burns through the confusion, and oh, doesn't get it again. Although that does avoid Rocky Helmet, I guess. But yeah, the Jirachi is nearly out of commission now. But yeah, Solwyn's biggest win path is going to be a Scizor sweep, and the second Armory goes down, it looks very likely. He does not whirlwind into the Magnezone, instead he whirlwinds into the Scizor, which is bad. And is he going to do it again? No, he goes to Gliscor. Well, Gliscor won't be able to prevent a spin from going off. And a spin from going off means, I mean, Kyurem Black will KO something, but then it'll be revenge killed by, what's it called? Latios. So that's not really the concern, I don't think. So are you just sacrificing the... Oh, is a Facade gonna... It does come on the switch. Hits Latios very hard, and nice now double on Protect, which was real in the first turn, yes. So the thing is, Gliscor lives CB Outrage. Oh, it's Ice Beam on CB. Cool. Well, the thing is, I think Jirachi switches into that nice, but a nice double, or Clefable. What am I talking about, Jirachi? But yeah, of course. But standard Clefable, as discussed in the video with Peng, that's on why Black and White Clefable is going nuts. Okay, that's a U-turn. That did a pretty nasty chunk, though. I'm starting to think that is Choice Banded. And if that's Choice Banded, I don't know if that's going to... I don't know what the win condition is then with this team. Just cleaning up with the CB Outrage. Unless my mental calc is way off. Thoroughly possible, of course. But yeah, if it's not Swords Dances, or I don't know what wind path this team is building towards. I mean, ostensibly just damaging a bunch of things and then cleaning up with Scarf Latios, I guess. But the problem with that is I don't know that you can get Latios to that position where it can cross the finish line for you. Because it's a trap you don't want to fall into with building offense is going all in on support and then not having enough offense. Okay, so the Jirachi being mixed is big. That is very threatening. Clefable can run Thunder Wave to slow it down if it's going to be in the mood for dodging Iron Heads. But yeah, you've got the Bandit Kyurem. I thought the Jirachi was going to be Scarf with Healing Wish. I guess you're not going to run Scarf Jirachi and Scarf Lanio, so I didn't think that one through. But if you've got a... Yeah, because what other... if you run Scarf Jirachi, then it is too much support. Not enough offense. Because the rest of the team is so physically big. Magnum Zone is support, Excadrill is support, and if the Jirachi is a threat itself, that's much better, of course. I'm wondering if the Scizor could also set up and sweep. Yep, now it's going for Iron Head, and it immediately fails to get the Terra, and that's just, well, Jirachi is useless now. Yeah, this is good timing, and it doesn't have lefties either. Oh, it does have Healing Wish. What's coming in to get it? Kyurem? Yes, it is. Another round of Kyurem Black. Oh boy. The thing is, it can't Outrage. I mean, it could Dragon Claw. I think it should Dragon Claw. So when Latios comes in to Revenge Kill it, then Kyurem can switch out. Okay, so the Jirachi managed to do something still. It chased out the Gliscor and Healing Wish to Kyurem Black. Cool. Yeah, you can crash a bunch of damage into the opponent as much as you like, but unless that damage being crashed together is synergistic, then you might not be able to remove the targets you need to in order to get that finish. What I mean by that in practice is your standard Dragmag team is going to mostly be outraging dragons. You're in Black, Dragonite, Salamence, Garchomp. Yep, there's the Dragon Claw, which does mean 2 Rocky Helmet hits, but that's not really as much of a concern. I mean, it's better than I guess you could Fusion Bolt there, but hey, that's better than getting Revenge Kill by Latios. Timer's still going to be nasty if he gets up rocks, but hey, he's got a... Honestly, I think you might just go for Dragon Claw here. Outraged it so much, do you not just do that? I think you do. 50, oh, that gets stalled out, and a good slack off from Dice. Yeah, and with this team being so physically focused, then you are... It feels physically focused, but not in the... Well, I don't know that... No, SD Garchomp does have that kind of forceful power, whereas Scizor is a good physical attacker and everything, but it doesn't overlap with the dragons in the same way. And it feels like having the 4 steals on this kind of offense. The steals are not the offensive threats themselves. Yes, Mixed Jirachi can be very threatening, but it's not even 4 attacks, it's Healing Wish. So, when you are trying to clean up with, let's say, a Scarf Garchomp or Salad Garchomp on Dragmag, then you are... The reason you run Latios on Dragmag is not because, even though it's not physical, is not because... Well, it's because, number one, Latios is busted, so you just want to have it. Number two, it's the defensive utility. But a lot of the time, when you are trying to withstand, to use the opposite example, when you try to withstand Dragmag, then you can say, okay, well, there's the Latios, and I use my T-Tar for that, but that's fine, because T-Tar is not really checking the physical dragons all that well. Whereas when you have, say, like a Lando T might check your Garchomp, for example, barely, but then Scarf Salamence is barreling down at you and you get finished off. So Exca into... This is a Desperation Toxic. Or just an EQ. Wow, that actually does a lot of damage. That EQ did way too much. And so it's just gonna keep... It's gonna keep rocks off, but the problem is, what's the follow-up? Kyurem's at half health. And, I mean, I guess Latios forces out something. Latios might get a KO if it's Specs, but no, it's Scarf because the Jirachi is not. So, I don't know, someone's just looking for a crit here or something. But yeah, the physical power of Scizor is not the same thing as the physical power of a Dragon type. Scizor's physical power is more for revenge killing and U-turning and pursuing, and with dragons on this kind of offense, it's just. I mean, even something like Terrakion, I think, would be more helpful in this regard. Not to be too much of an armchair team builder, but because it is going to force the physical walls into a bad position better, you know, like Lando T, Gliscor, whatever, Slowbro, especially Slowbro actually. Whereas, and there's a nice Dragon Claw, not getting locked into the outrage, not getting baited into it. The Solon is making it a game. It's a tough position, but he does scare the Hippo out because no, that was nicely planned. Because I mean, the thing is, now he slacks off and he's in the same position, -6%. But he's gotten rid of his sacrifice for dice, and that's big. Another problem is though, he's not going to be able to keep rocks off this time. So Exa came in and limited Hippo, kept Hippo out of certain range or down to a certain range, so it was in CB outrage range, and then Dice would sack it to the table. But now he's just looking for a crit. I mean, take that last Dragon Claw out damaged Slack Off plus lefties by 2%, but it's not going to be enough in the. Yeah, that one doesn't. Because the Terrakion sort of forces damage on physical walls outright. So that's why it's almost like having overlapping. You like having overlap and just sheer damage, as well as things like chip and drops. Yeah, this is a hippo that would not be crit. And it's 15 down.